Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mario Kart Tour, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Let's get started. So if you're not aware, last night Mario Kart launched for iOS and Android. So when it launched last night, I was excited, I downloaded it, I booted it up, and then I was greeted with this message. Now if you're like me, this is kind of a bad start to the game to begin with. But whatever, it's brand new, I'll forgive them for it. Not really a big deal, it's just one night that I wasn't able to play it. So anyways, today I had a chance to play the game. I've got it up on my screen right there. Unfortunately, it only goes in portrait mode, so there is no landscape mode to this game. You're kind of stuck playing it in portrait. And I will say off the top, the gameplay of this game is actually not too bad. This game is very enjoyable from just a pure gameplay perspective. So in a nutshell, the way the game works is that you compete in a variety of races per cup, kind of like regular Mario Kart. And then you advance to the next cup. So there's 3 races and then kind of like a bonus race challenge. And each race gets you some stars. With those stars, you can unlock other courses. In order to progress in this game, you don't necessarily need to win every race. These stars you can see, it says 5 stars underneath, for example. That means I collected enough points to get 5 stars. The stars are what makes you progress. The more stars you collect, the more things you unlocked. You're awarded stars by points. Now you get those points either by finishing, top in a race, or by doing different things within a race. For example, going off of a jump or collecting some coins. And when you do that, you could finish second, for example, and still get 5 stars. Now, in terms of character unlocks and what you can choose, I'm just going to boot up a race here. Everything that I have unlocked right now is in full color. Everything that's locked is grayed out. And I want to talk about that in just a minute. But right now we can see 3 different categories. Get 3 items per box, get 2 items per item box, and get 1 item per item box. So you can see how these are kind of built into medium and lower tier characters per course. So each course has a different character that gives you different benefits. For example, Mario might be the character that'll give you 3 items per item box that you get this course, and maybe another course it'll be Toad. So I'm booting this up right now. It is going a lot smoother on my phone, so I do apologize for the way it's looking on the Elgato. It's a little jerky. I have yet to configure that correctly, so it's just my laziness that it looks like that. But looking at this race, it controls different than Mario Kart, but it looks very close to Mario Kart. So you can see right now I am getting points, my combo meter. All those points add up towards the end of the level. So yes, you are racing against real world opponents from all over the world, but at the same time, you're also just trying to get as many points as you can. So finishing does matter, but it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. Because at the end of the day, if you finish first, but literally did nothing to, get points for that, you didn't slide around, you didn't pick up item boxes, then you're not really going to get rewarded with enough points to get a 5-star rating. So you have to be active, you got to try to do a lot of things, use items, hit people, for example, you get points for that. And really at the end of the day, it's just driving around. There's different control styles. This one I've got on right now is one of the easier ones. I just find it's less clunky. There is one where you can power slide all over the place. There are different control options available. There, I just won. That was convenient for this video. But there's different control options you can do. So if you don't like it this way, you can put on more advanced controls. I just find the actually more basic and restrictive controls perform better in the game, just because I find it's not the smoothest interface. So I find the controls are a little clunky, but at the same time, if you practice, I think you could nail them pretty good. Now let's take a look at the points that I get from this. First and foremost, here's another thing. It says I've reached today's limits. The EXP bar will increase depending on the CC and your race position. Once the bar fills, you will receive more position points in races. And you can see I've reached today's limit. So I'm not sure if that's also hidden behind a paywall to maybe get more points, but you can see right here before I advance, you get the position points. So I got first place for 2,800. I got 825 bonus points. and 990 base points based on the vehicles that I chose. So at the end of the day on this one, I had 4,615 points altogether, and all I needed were 2,300 points to get 5 stars. So realistically, I could have probably finished 4th or 5th or even 6th and got the 5 stars out of this. So that was pretty much it when it comes to racing. Now, there are a lot of different cups to unlock. So I've played through them all that I can so far. There's even this weekly ranking thing. I'm currently first. I don't know for how long, but as of day 1, I'm in first place, which is kind of nice. I don't know how many people are in this category or how many people I'm competing against, but we'll see. Anyways, you can see how far I've progressed. Now, I've gotten all the way to the Dry Bones Cup. The next one is the Toadette Cup. And you can see it says 7 hours left under construction. This cup is under construction. Please come back later. Looks like there are a few ones under construction. So if I'm to play this game tomorrow, for example, I'll be able to play 2 different cups, and that's it. 2 additional cups. On top of that, between some cups, there are rewards. So you can see here, you can get rubies, tickets, coins, or item tickets. Now, these item tickets, for example, let you fill your item slots with items in the middle of a race. They could be handy for you. This one here raises a driver's base points. So you get all of these between cups. If you have a season pass, you get better ones. If you don't pay anything, then you're just going to get the low tier stuff. I haven't paid anything on this game just yet. Now, if that was the entirety of the game and you could just race against people, I would say that would be okay. It's free, not a big deal. But if you really want to succeed in this game, you kind of have to pay, and that's where the interesting bits come in, because it's a free-to-play method. So the whole thing on this is they give you some teasers. For example, and I'll talk about this now. I wasn't talking about this earlier because I wanted to explain it. There are some courses here that are pretty much impossible to get max points enough to get 5 stars if you don't have things unlocked. Because if you have everything unlocked, this works in race against other people. For example, get 3 items per box. Now this is cheap, in my opinion, because if you don't have these characters unlocked and someone else does, the other person can actually get 3 items every time they choose an item box. You'll only get 1. So they could get 3 red shells and then attack you with those 3 red shells, where you would just have a banana or 1 red shell. So it's not necessarily fair in that regard. There's also some more things that have to do with unlocks. So if you see here, bonus points times 2. This car, I need it so I can get the stars required, but unfortunately I don't have it unlocked. To unlock this stuff, you need rubies. Now, you get rubies unlocked automatically here and there, just at random it seems, but you don't get a whole lot of them, and they're very expensive. So 5 rubies gives you a chance. It's almost like a chest, but it's just a pipe, and something launches out of the pipe and it's an item you unlock. So pretty much like a loot crate in that instance, in that vein, I guess. And these things are expensive. I mean, for $100 you're going to get 135 of these rubies. It's quite a bit. And on top of that, they have a monthly pass. So if we take a look here, purchase gold pass. If I look at this, it is in Canada, and this is just a comparison because it's $4.99 in the States. In Canada, it's $6.49 per month. This isn't a one-time cost. This is per month to be able to play this game. And this seems a little pricey for really what you get. And I'll say this, for those people who don't agree, who think this is a cheap value, it's cheaper to buy Nintendo Switch Online. So let that sink in. It's cheaper to have Switch Online monthly than it is to have Mario Kart on Android or iOS. It's cheaper to have Apple's. If we take a look at the Apple Arcade, it's cheaper for that. And not even joking, if we're looking at Canadian prices, just to keep things consistent here, let me scroll down to the price of this. it is $5.99, so it's 50 cents cheaper per month to have Apple Arcade. And in the States, I think it's what, $4.99 a month, or maybe cheaper. So when it comes down to it, there are other options out there that are significantly cheaper. Now, when this game first came out, I was very excited about it. Playing Mario Kart online against people on my phone seemed great, especially considering they make it easy to race. It's something that you can kill time with very easily, and it's very entertaining. The gameplay of this game is fun. It is a fun game. It's just there's added mechanics into the game that I quite don't really like. And just for example here, you know, if I'm going to race and choose a car, I'll just choose something random here. If I want to do 200cc, I have to pay a monthly fee. Am I mad that I have to pay? No, if this was a one-time purchase, I don't have an issue. If you have to buy the game for Android, that's fine. If they wanted a monthly fee and it was like $1, that's fine. I think the issue is that it's a very expensive, in my mind, a very pricey fee for the features that you get on a mobile game. And now I'm considerably less enthusiastic about this game. I am going to continue to play it. I'm not going to not play it. But at the same time, I really don't see much of a point in me grinding to try to get all the unlocks, to try to do everything in this game. Now, at the end of the day, I would even argue that Super Mario Run is a better game. Now, I know this is not necessarily one of Nintendo's big sellers, but at the same time, it was a one-time purchase. There were no loot crates, there were no microtransactions. It was just pretty straightforward, and the gameplay I found was actually really fun, especially something just to kill time on your phone. I'm really let down with Mario Kart. I'm not a fan of microtransactions within games. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I would say definitely try Mario Kart out. It is worth trying out. Just, I would say, advise against spending any money until you know what you're getting into. I wouldn't blindly go because you might be disappointed. It might be the game for you. You might absolutely love it. But anyways, let me know in the comments below what you think about it, if you've had experiences with it. I'm really curious to see what everyone's saying. Anyways, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Thank you, everyone. Take care.